Hey Aries, welcome back to my channel, Caseyleighreiki. I'm Casey, and today we're going to be doing your general reading. This is going to be for the month of February. Sorry, I'm antsy today, so I'm moving my chair. This is going to be for the month of February. This is going to be for my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus signs, okay? I am going to get into my usual stuff. You may hear my crazy cat, hi, in the background because he's what I like to call a spider monkey, so he likes to climb everything. So you might see him try to climb my chair even, so just an FYI. So anyways, I'm going to start off, we're going to use the Twin Flame Journey Oracle by Mystic Moon, who has her own channel here on YouTube. So if you like the deck and you're drawn to that, go check her out. And then we also are going to be getting into our standard normal tarot deck to get some more messages here. So let me put this stuff aside. So this is a Twin Flame Journey Oracle by Mystic Moon. I use it all the time. You've probably seen it before. I am going to be shuffling this as I give the spiel to kind of sum it all up in one, save some time, right? And then I do have some meditation type music playing in the background because I live in a small apartment. Sometimes you hear other things. So this is to kind of, you know, take out that noise a little bit. Hopefully it's not too loud. I keep trying to adjust the music because it seems to go like higher and then lower. Anyways, so let's start, okay? This is gonna be for my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus signs, okay? For the month of February. Energy is fluid, it's not linear, which means anything we talk about could be past, present, or future tense. We all move through energy differently. Masculine and feminine are just energies. They're not gender or sex specific, but if I pick up on those things, obviously I'll let you guys know. This is a very general reading, so again, take things as they resonate, throw the rest out. All right. Lastly, cross watchers. Actually, I think there is a reader on YouTube, Real Housewives of Tarot. She says crotch watcher. Now I understand why that probably came about. Because I'm tongue-tied. Tongue-tied. Why does that sound weird? Anyways, I don't know what's going on. Cross watchers, you're more than welcome here. The messages in this reading could be totally reversed. If you feel that's the case, switch up the roles or the characters or whatever you feel is necessary. Again, the main point here is that it resonates, okay? Last but not least, check out the description box below. This is going to have my website in it, how to book with me, how to find me on Instagram, how to find me on TikTok, and then also my TikTok live schedule is down below as well, okay? So check out the description box for all that fun stuff, but we're just going to get into it. Before I do anything, I am going to say a quick little prayer, as I usually do. So, archangels, guardian angels, Mother Mary. I've been very connected to Mother Mary lately, so I'm going to involve her in this today for myself. Please allow me to be a clear channel for messages for my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Allow me to bring forth messages for their highest good. Ooh, I got chills already. Ooh, ooh, and neck pain. Ooh, neck and shoulder pain. Oh, ow, man, that hurts. Oh, feels like maybe you guys pulled something. Or you're just like holding a lot of tension. I'm seeing someone just kind of like, you know, like, oh, I feel like you guys are holding a lot of tension in your bodies. They just also told me Pisces. You might have Pisces in your chart, immediate chart. Your immediate chart is usually Sun, Moon, Rising, one of those three. Or you just might have heavy Pisces in your chart. Could also be dealing with them. Whoo, more chills. Oh my goodness. Something to do with Pisces here with Aries. The water energy is, I think you're picking up on other people's emotions and you're holding them, and for some reason it's being held kind of like in the like upper chest here around the neck, throat, because now they're showing me throat, blue throat chakra here. I want to do this for some reason. I just want to I feel like you might be trying to do that almost possibly in a way. They're telling me it's a part of consoling, so you might maybe do something like this. You might touch the area, or you might kind of do this, or something to do with the throat here, but I sense you touching this area of the throat chakra. So it could be that there's an issue with expressing your emotions, expressing something about how you feel. Ooh, I have chills again. Okay, that might be what it is. Lots of chills here as confirmation. But something to do with Pisces, emotions, I think that you're very intuitive and possibly psychically inclined, and that's again why you're holding on to things. Shoulders, neck, throat, there's an issue up here. Generally, all of this will relate to like a throat chakra issue. Okay. Very interesting, very direct. All right. So again, allow me to bring forth messages for Aries, whoever is watching this video today, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, for their highest truth, love, guidance, healing, protection, and thank you so much for your guidance, your protection during this time. All right, guys. That was very weird, very specific, huh? So that might be for a couple of you. Again, it's a very generalized reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest, all right? Okay, here we go. So let's start off with the Oracle deck, see what's on the bottom. Oh, okay. So we have Bound here, but in reverse, which I really like as an overall, because this to me is release. Release, 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 which is what you need anyway. This is the Devil card in this deck, so it could relate to Capricorn energy, just like in the tarot. That's what I would say for that card. But in reverse, release. And that's what I'm feeling with all of this. Like, I feel like the pressure here, it needs to be released. Try some stretches, or you know, if it has to do with actually, like I said, releasing your emotions or expressing them in a way that feels good for you, try to find something to release this like built up energy. I very specifically kind of feel it on the left side. It's, oof, man, I don't like that. But anyway, we're releasing, and usually Bound in reverse, this isn't just like to me, it almost feels like a purposeful release of something, not just like, oh, that's gone now. It's more like, oh, I'm choosing to let this go, or I'm choosing to release this. It's a choice, is what they're telling me. It's a choice. You've come to the conclusion that you need to release something. It could be something, it could be someone, it could be a behavior, it could be the way that you go about something, the way that you view something, your perspective on something might have changed. What do we have for Aries for February? All right, so we have grief. And again, this is, I think, why I feel this is why I feel that energy of you're choosing to release something, because grief here tells me that you are sad about it. There is these are heavy emotions, and especially if you're feeling like you can't express this grief in a way that feels good for you, or you can't express it properly to this person for some reason or another, it could get stuck up here. Grief is definitely one of those things that could get stuck right up there. It's almost like you have to let go of something, but it doesn't mean you're not sad about it. Okay? So what do we have for Aries for February, please? Ooh, lessons. Okay. Lessons coming out next, guys. You know, I'm just gonna be honest, it really does feel like a romantic connection for sure. It doesn't mean that you're letting go of that person, but I'm just saying I do think the focus is with some sort of romantic connection. You have Winter in reverse at the bottom, which could tell me that it's almost like, again, it's in acclimating, adjusting, where things aren't the way that they should be, or that you perceive them in that way. It's almost like you're viewing things just different about a certain aspect of your life. I feel like this has to do with a romantic person. Again, it doesn't have to mean that you're letting go of a person. It can just mean that you're letting go of something with that person, a cycle with that person, something to do with this. It could be you're upgrading your relationship even with someone by letting go of something else. Tell you how it resonates, okay? But I do think this is also seeing this like aha moment of like, oh, okay, I see this now, and saying, okay, maybe I have to, forgive this in order to move on, or I have to see this differently in order to kind of just close off that, chapter, to close the book of this, even, so to speak. I mean, there is a book in this card as well. Things almost have to be, it's like tie up loose ends and just like nip it in the bud, gotta go. I don't think it's something that any more time can be spent on either. That's what it feels like. It just feels like you are energetically moving forward or ascending even, and it's almost like this doesn't fit me anymore. I have to wrap it up for good. You know, I have to say my goodbyes. I have to forgive myself, forgive the other person. I have to XYZ in order to get over this thing, to get over that, that obstacle, that bump in the road. There's something that just needs to be closed up for good, I think. And it's hard. So whether it's letting go of a person for good after going kind of back and forth with them for a little while, or letting go of this lesson and kind of understanding it, being like, oh, okay, I can let that go now because now I'm seeing it differently. I'm understanding this differently. It doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt. But lessons are there to teach us something, right? So we have spring. So this could be a card of timing with spring, okay? This could be spring where you are, or it could mean that spring upcoming, things are going to change for you. What I think here, for those of you who are changing something about your relationship and not ending a relationship, this feels more so that things can grow because you're letting go of something within that dynamic, okay? I just saw 1111. Signs, but in reverse. Interesting. So this could definitely mean that you didn't see the signs, didn't understand. That's just kind of what I feel with this. I feel like it's like I didn't understand. I didn't see this before. I didn't make the connection before. I just feel like it's a new perspective on something pretty big. Because that card does fall underneath the grief. So I think it could also be for some of you of like, okay, I can't look for signs anymore either. I can't look for numbers or names or whatever. I can't look for signs outside of myself. I have to look for them within myself too. And I think that's possibly why this hurts a lot too, because again, I said it's a choice to release something. So I feel like it's, ooh, chills, that's confirmation. It's a choice to release something even though it hurts you. It's a choice to release something even though, you know, it held this special place in your heart, in your life. It played this role for you. I can't look for signs outside of myself because the answers are only going to be within me. So I can look for signs all day long and be like, oh, I saw 1111, this, that, and the other thing. But I feel like for a lot of you, even when you see signs as confirmation for things, you still question it. More chills. My God, the chills today. All right, guys. My goodness. All right, guess I'm on a roll today. I do think it's that you're looking for signs outside of yourself. The answers that you seek are within. And I think you're kind of trusting that a little bit more and choosing to release something, even though you're like, I don't even know if I am making the right decision. But that's, you know, at the end of the day, whatever makes you feel good is what you need to do. There's no right or wrong decisions. They're just a choice. Your guides, your angels, or whoever it is that you pray to or that you call on, they will guide you. That's what they're there for. They will guide you and bring you back kind of like on track to where you need to go. It's not that you're going to get lost. It's not that you're going to take, you know, this wrong turn per se. You're just going to take a detour. You're going to make a loop around. They'll always be there to guide you to where you need to go next. So I think that's also, whoa, something that needs to be definitely talked about for not just you guys, but everybody really. Oops, sorry, kitty. I didn't know he was under my feet. Where'd the card go? Oh, wow. Why is it? It was like all the way behind me. So we have barrier. Barrier falling underneath this lesson. So this lesson might have been something that really needed to be talked about, needed to be, look at the bottom, forgiveness in reverse. So a lack of forgiveness. This could be forgiving yourself. It could be forgiving them. But the barrier was this one lesson in your life. And again, everyone goes through energy differently. This could be past, present, or future tense for you, okay? But whatever the situation is, if you're resonating with this and you're like, yep, that's me, that's my story, perfect. This just means that the barrier here is this one giant lesson. You needed to either look at it differently, make a choice, and be confident in that choice that XYZ was going to lead you to this. It was going to lead you to that. It was going to da-da-da. You see what I'm saying? It was this like belief in yourself that needed to come into play for you to be able to unlock this door, so to speak. Wow, look, admired. I feel like whatever this is opens up this whole new side of you. Cycles at the bottom in reverse, so ending of cycles for me. Spring and admired to me looks very different from the rest of these cards. So to me, I feel like spring and admired, it's the newness, the growth, the change, opening of maybe your heart chakra, maybe it is your throat chakra, releasing some of this energy, some of this maybe stagnant energy, could be even stuck in your body that you just held on to because of this scenario. Oh, you know what I just remembered too is I tried to do a reading and it didn't go well for you guys. I had to redo it. That's why I'm here doing this one now, actually. And the tower came out like 2 or 3 times. I used a couple different decks. I think it came out twice, once in here, once in the other deck, and then I clarified with something else. So I really think this is a big change. And it's causing a lot of energy almost to be released is what I feel like, or like what I'm seeing. And I mean, the way that you're going to release it might be through the throat. That might be why we had that in the beginning, right? Let's take a look at spring really quick, I think. I would love to look at spring. So why is spring here for Aries? Oops, oh, I almost threw those. Why is spring here for Aries for February? Ooh. Numbing, but in reverse, right? So this to me is, again, it's a release. It's the newness. This kind of goes hand in hand with that bound in reverse. Coming out of this place, I feel like you're just shifting. You're moving forward. You are changing your vibration, your frequency. You're moving through something that feels like it has, you know, just gotten like snowball effect, just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. It's this big, huge thing that now a lot of your life had revolved around or is revolved around, will revolve around, etc. It's something that is just huge. It's like the energy just grew and grew and grew, and it's like, I need to deal with this in some type of way, shape, or form. And maybe before you guys were numbing yourselves, so that now as you learn to release, you learn to grieve and do what you need to do to release this energy, it could be getting stuck. All right, what's the barrier here for Aries? What's the barrier? Nostalgia in reverse. That's an interesting one. Nostalgia, this is almost like the Six of Cups in reverse. So it's almost kind of like, I feel like maybe letting go of these past memories with a person, letting go of the person you thought that they would be, they could be, they should be, letting go of that energy of this person is almost like made for me, and if it's not directly about a person or breaking up, it could be letting go of how like I said, think this person should be for me, letting go of what I think a relationship should be, letting go of what maybe I'm holding on to because I never got this in my past, whether it be in your childhood or just in your past within your dating life, letting go of this belief that like, this is how things are supposed to be and that's how my relationship is supposed to go. That is how things are supposed to look for me. It's really letting go of a lot of these old, outdated beliefs, patterns, those things, right? So what do we have for barrier? What do we have for barrier for Aries for February? All right, I'm just going to leave it there here. You also have victim at the bottom and stuck. Look at this. Victim and stuck. Underneath that too, healing, but in reverse. So I think basically this was the barrier right here. The barrier was that you felt almost victimized to these old patterns that you had, these old beliefs that were kind of instilled in you as to how things could have been, should have been, would have been, etc. About, you know, this person should do this for me maybe, or this person should fit this bill for me. And I think now you're starting to realize, for some of you, if it's within the relationship, you have to let go of this ideal, right? For those of you who are letting go of this person, you're letting go of them because they are not the one for you, and you're realizing now that you are looking for certain things within them that you can really kind of find within anybody. And it's not just down to this one person. You could find it in any person. But now you're realizing, okay, that's what kept me stuck, is that I thought they were the only ones who could provide this for me. I thought they were the one because they did these nice things for me, but I deserve that to begin with. Anyone should be doing that for me, okay? So let's clear these out of the way a little bit. I do want to look in some tarot for you guys. See what we can get for that. All right, move that out of the way. All right. So what do we got for my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? What do we have for my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? Oops. Oh, wow. There's a devil. More Capricorn energy right there. What do we have for Aries? Sun, rising, Venus. Okay. All right, we have the Chariot on the bottom, so it could be Cancer energy in your chart. Could be dealing with one, okay? Chariot in reverse. This is like a halt. Stopped. No movement. We're not moving towards something. We're at a standstill, at a block, kind of like how we had the barrier card, right? So this is that block, the barrier. You can't move. You have the two Sphinx that are technically in front of these wheels here. So this to me always feels like a card about balance, right? This is about balance. You can't be all dark and all light. You have to have the both of them intertwined within each other. It's like the yin yang, right? A little bit of dark in the light, a little bit of light in the dark. It's this nice balance that you need to be able to heal, right? Look at this, speaking of healing. Your Four Swords at the bottom. Your healing either is or was at a standstill because of the fact that you needed to do some of this first. You need to let go of some of this. Forgive yourself. Forgive others. You need to come to this conclusion on your own, basically, right? For some of you, too, you might have been wanting to move forward in a certain direction of your life, and this might have caused blocks in other areas. It's like, hey, you need to heal this first if you want to make room for the other stuff we got for you, right? Excuse me. And I always related to kind of like little kids, where it's like, okay, well, if you want to go out and play, you have to clean your room first. That's kind of what this is, right? If you want to go out and have your rewards, if you want to go out and have your fun, then you have to do these things first. These are necessary, and it's just to build structure. Same exact thing. If you want to go out and get this great person in your life, you want this great relationship, you want this great job, whatever it is that resonates for you, you need to pause what you're doing first. You need to build this really nice foundation first before you do anything else, okay? It almost reminds me of in relationships of, you know, instead of looking for the perfect person for you, be the perfect person for somebody else. See what I'm saying? Anyways, let's continue. I could go on forever about that, but all right, what do we have for Aries for February? Why do they always have to go far away? Oh, Hanged Man in reverse. Sorry, I shook the camera. This is about enlightenment. This is definitely about enlightenment. Seeing things from a new perspective. You see that around his head there? You know what's funny too is that the music I chose for you guys today to play in the background is Pouring Golden Energy. It's called The Spiritual Detox. 741 hertz. Yeah. So it's funny because that's what that reminds me of. You're clearing, enlightenment, understanding a different perspective. Things are changing for you, okay? This is the healing you needed, maybe a spiritual upgrade, so to speak, so we can see things differently. Devil on the bottom, followed by, oh my goodness, 9 of Swords on the bottom. Before this healing, before the enlightenment, before all that good stuff, this is, I feel like, the energy that you were in, or the energy of the person that was around you, possibly, too, or is around you. For some of you, I feel like you're helping someone else work through a hard time. Yeah, for some of you, I feel like you're helping the person that you're with. For most of you, I feel like it's romantic, like I said, so you could be helping your romantic partner work through something, and you're holding on to a lot of their energy, and this is a lot for you. This is taxing. And it's almost that sense of, you know, how do I help someone else heal if I have yet to heal myself? But again, that could be for a few of you. It doesn't have to be for all of you. These are very general. These are shuffling weird today, huh? My thumb is also like not grabbing onto the cards. There we go. What do we have for Aries? Ooh, okay. For February. You have the World in reverse. The World's normally culmination of everything. Having it in reverse is like, again, there's still work to be done here. The cycle's not closed, it's still open. So I think that's what you're seeing is that, oh, okay, it's super black and white, at least the way I'm seeing this. Having this enlightenment and this understanding of, okay, the cycle's still open, like we had the lessons card. Here's my barrier, here's why I'm stuck, here's the lesson that I have to learn here, and that's why it's still open. That's why you see it repeat itself. I think you're realizing these things about yourself or about the things you look for in a partner, like, oh, this is what's causing me to do this all the time. Healing those things within yourself, I've always said, and I said this like every video because it was a very interesting and relative download that I got. It was in one of my Libra videos a while ago, and it was that when you heal yourself, you heal others and vice versa, because we're all connected, we're all one. Okay, so we have the moon. It kind of flew out like this. I'm going to take it like this because that's the way I was looking at it. The moon is also some Cancer energy here. But again, kind of like that devil in reverse that we had in the very beginning of the reading. This reminds me of this still some more. The moon in reverse, I feel like there's stuff here that needs to be released, pulled up. It needs to be, they're telling me like purified, like water almost. We need to get out all those impurities. So it's kind of like that's what we're doing. That's what I feel like you guys are doing right here, is that through this process of healing, that's what they're relating it to, of when you're filtering water, you filter out all the impurities, that's what you're doing. So you're like, I can still have this general idea of something, this general roundabout idea of a relationship or what I want, right? But there are some little tiny pieces in there we might have to take out, have to tweak and fix. We want to get those out of there so we can have the best, purest form of whatever you're doing. It could relate to spiritual growth, it could relate to a relationship, however you see fit. I think that's what we're doing here. This cycle still wide open. Door is still wide open. The cycle is still continuously going around and around. We need to dig up these things, filter out the impurities, handle our emotions, express them fully, feel them, allow them to come up without trying to label them, judge them, change them, right? Then you have Eight of Cups in reverse. So Eight of Cups in reverse is a really hard time walking away from something or ending a cycle, right? Because if it was right side up, you'd be walking away, okay? Justice at the bottom. Could be dealing with a Libra as well. What do we have for Aries for February? Oh, Eight of Wands. So I feel like this definitely is in motion now. It's moving, because in the beginning we had that Chariot, which is a card of also movement. But in reverse, this one at least is right side up. Ten of Wands in reverse at the bottom to me is letting go of burdens, more of the releasing energy. And we're going to clarify too, so don't worry. Ooh. Six of Wands in reverse, underneath the moon in reverse. So to me, this almost feels as though expressing your emotions doesn't feel good to you, or you could be scared of them. You could be, there's fear involved of actually expressing your emotions, or fear of actually just feeling them the way that they are. More chills. It almost feels like if I feel them, what's it going to do for me? What's the point of feeling sad? What's the point of actually feeling devastated over this thing? Or what's the point of going through this like rough patch of emotions and digging up stuff maybe from my past and understanding why I relate these things to those things, making these connections and correlations? What's the point of me doing that? Almost, you feel like it's just going to be unsuccessful. It's not going to do you any good. It's just going to make things worse for you. For some of you is what I feel like. I want to check out the Eight of Cups in reverse a little bit, because that's interesting to me. Eight of Cups in reverse for Aries for February. Oh my gosh. Wow. Did you see that? That was crazy. Wow, we ended with Justice on the bottom again. All right, okay. So we have Four of Cups in reverse. Okay. Eight of Cups in reverse. More cups, clarifying this. Oh my God. Wow. Oy vey. This is an interesting one. And then you have Nine of Wands. I almost forgot this one flew across. I feel like what this is you going on this journey. If you're the person that is ending something, behavior, the way you see things, think about things, whatever. If you're ending some sort of aspect within your relationship in order to strengthen it, this is kind of what this says to me. You guys might have had moments where you thought, I'm going to walk away. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can handle this. Because especially for those of you who are helping your significant others through a hard time, it's challenging. It's taxing, of course, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. This, I feel like, is you kind of being like, all right, I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna continue this. I'm gonna continue to put my all into it. I'm gonna work on understanding myself so that way I can understand us better. I feel like this is honestly like a strengthening of a commitment, because it's Four of Cups in reverse. Four of Cups, in general, if it was right side up, would really just be an energy of being indifferent. It would be kind of like you know, in this kind of state of like looking at everything but missing the point. Because you have that cup right in front of them where universe or whoever is like, look, take this. And they're like, yeah, but what about all these? And cups are emotions. So think about this, okay? So this is kind of like almost like spirit coming in and being like, you have to like forgive or do this thing. And you're like, yeah, so I'm looking for this. And they're like, it's right here. Like, I'm handing it to you. Like, I'm handing you the key to this. Spirit's like handing with the cloud, like, here's the emotion that I want you to look at. This is the aspect I want you to dive deeper into. Take this cup. And you're like, well, I do have all these options. And Spirit's like, none of these are, no, we don't want any of those. The point is this one. So it's almost like you're missing the point. With this in reverse, to me, makes me feel like you're kind of understanding the point here a little bit now as you dive deeper. You kind of peel back a layer and find out something else. You peel back a layer, you peel back a layer, etc. Nine of Wands is about perseverance. This is about continuing, pushing forward, really like chugging along, being like, I'm going to continue to give this another go, right? Two of Wands also, to clarify that, coming to this choice. You had to make a choice, I feel like, of, do I stay or do I go, almost. What do I want to do here, you know? Six of Swords in reverse, you guys are staying. You guys, I feel like you guys are choosing this person, whereas maybe in another situation or in the past, you might have been like, you know what, I'm not going to do this, I don't want to do this. But here, you're saying, yes, I think I actually am going to stay. Eight of Cups in reverse, staying to me. Nine of Wands, pushing through. Six of Swords in reverse, I'm not moving, I'm staying here. This is, I think, realistically, this feels like more of a commitment, a strengthening of a commitment, okay? Which I think is absolutely beautiful. I do want to check out that Six of Wands really quick in reverse that we have. Oh, Knight of Wands in reverse, so this is, Sag energy here. Four of Pentacles in reverse. This is interesting. This is pretty funny. Wow, more Sagittarius energy. So you could be dealing with someone who has Sag in their chart, or you might have it in your chart or something. Temperance here. Wow, this is really interesting. Okay. So this, to me, clarifying the Six of Wands, which is kind of like feeling like you're failing, you're not successful, you're making a fool out of yourself almost, right? Knight of Wands in reverse is like, you feel as though, you know, you can't be angry about these things, or you can't be upset about them. The Knights are about action. The Wands are about that passion, the motivation, is that fire energy. And we're clarifying a Wand card anyway. So there's a lot of fiery, passionate energy here. And passion could mean many things. Knight of Wands in reverse, it's like, okay, let me scale it back a little bit, okay? Let me scale it back. Maybe it's not that this doesn't work at all. Maybe it's that my approach needs to be tailored, okay? For Pentacles in reverse is kind of letting go. So again, I feel like you might be letting go of those really intense emotions and saying, let me scale it back a little bit. Let me tone it down a hot minute. Let me let go of this belief that doing this thing will always work, and if not, I'm failing, right? And then Temperance in reverse is a need to cultivate patience for me, and not having any. You want to move forward, you want to let it go, you want to move on to the next thing. That Aries energy, I want to, you know what I mean? I want to go. I feel like you guys are restless in a sense sometimes, and I think that's kind of what this is, of like, you want to rush through the emotions. You want to rush through the healing sometimes. How do I just get to the other side? You can't do that. Spirit's not going to allow you to do that. I wish it could be that way. Really, I do. Like, as an Aries sun myself, would love that. But I actually have a Sag moon, so seeing Sag here twice to me is like but Temperance in reverse, needing to cultivate some patience, understanding. This angel here also has this like halo around the head too, which reminds me of the Hanged Man that we had earlier. Very similar. Understanding. Excuse me. Just a couple random hiccups, I guess. Sure. Understanding, enlightenment, moving forward in that direction of, oh, okay, I see now. So Spirit's like, hey, why don't you slow down for a hot second, right? Slow down, release, let go, let your emotions come out. Don't try to force them. Don't try to rush past them. You know what I mean? Let them be how they're going to be. Let the pieces fall where they may, and things will just kind of click for you guys, okay? You'll understand. So if this is frustration regarding to a relationship, have some faith. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it just takes a little bit of pausing and receiving when you feel like you're doing things and you're not getting anywhere, you're hitting obstacles, you're hitting a wall. That means that it's time for you to slow down and just sit, be with yourself, and receive whatever the universe is trying to send to you, okay? So I'm going to leave it there for you guys. I hope that this resonates. I hope you liked it. If it resonated, please leave a like, leave a comment. And if you like the way I read, you like my content, please subscribe and click the bell notifications so you can get notified of upcoming videos. And then, like I said in the beginning, everything you need to know below in the description box about how to book with me, other social media stuff, all that fun stuff down below, okay? So thank you guys so much for allowing me the honor to read for you. Love y'all, and I will see you next month. Bye.